Hey, your mental health matters. You matter. If you're depressed, have anxiety, you're stressed, you're overwhelmed, you matter. It's time for you to take your life back. It's time for you to get serious and real to yourself. That's important. For all the people that don't know me, that's new to my page, my name is Josh Ritchie. I'm a mindset coach, motivational speaker. That's what I do. But I'm here today to give you a message. And first of all, I just want to say rest in peace to a legend from Oklahoma, Toby Keith. Man, country singer, legend. I'm from Oklahoma, so boom, it's a legend in the country singing world, man. The country music, country, whatever you want to call it. But rest in peace to that dude, man. He was a phenomenal singer. I'm sure that some of you know if you're all about that country like me. So rest in peace to my guy, man, Oklahoma legend, Toby Keith. Sending all the love and to the healing to his family and all his friends and all his fans. Bah. But mental health is serious. It matters. You matter. I remember a time in my life that I didn't have any confidence in myself. I felt like I couldn't accomplish my goals or my dreams. I felt like the world was against me. I felt like a lot of bricks were piling on me, and then people were throwing more bricks and more bricks, but that was the depression. That was anxiety. That was stress. That was my own story and my thinking that was causing the pain and the misery that was going on in my life. So your mental health, it matters. It's time for you to, when you get to the point, is to not do, but just to be. And that's how you elevate and open your consciousness up. When I realized that all I had to do was just be. I didn't have to do anything to get through it. I just had to be in the moment and get present with myself and be real with myself. And when I did that, my life started to change for the better because I was real with myself. I was aware and I acknowledged and I accepted where I was at, depressed, hurt, a lot of pain. I felt it, but I didn't ignore it, nor did I hate it, nor did I belittle it. I became resilient. When all the resources went away, I got resourceful. So that's when determination kicked in, curiosity kicked in, creativity came, and a drive and laser focus came. But it wasn't until I got to the moment, until I realized and I was real with myself that I was in pain. I was depressed. I was hurt. A lot of pain that was going on. But remember, pain pushes until vision pulls. Pain pushes until vision pulls. I know a lot of people, what we do as humans, we tend to create stories about ourselves. We tend to hold on and latch those stories, all the thinking that we've done, we continue to latch onto that. Raise your hand right now if you can relate to what I'm saying to you, that you created a story and you held on to it and you latched to it. Just raise your hand. That's all you gotta do is raise your hand. That's all you gotta do, because this is what we do as humans. And I remember I was there. I was a victim of that. And I didn't understand who I was. I was just hurt. I was in a lot of pain. I was depressed, had anxiety, stressed out to the max. I didn't love me. I didn't like me. I was hurt. But I made a decision in that moment that I wanted to continue. And there was nothing going to stop me or break me from reaching my goals and my dreams and my desires. And I was just a second or 2 seconds away from that goal. And when I realized where I was at, in that moment, I was completely in my past. My past had crept into the now. And this is what humans do. This is what we do. We tend to go back to our past and we bring our past into the now. And when we do that, we feel like life is over. We feel like we're defeated. We have no grit anymore. The grind is over. The pain has settled in. And we start to create these stories, and we start to create the story. And once we create the story, we start to believe the story. And when we believe the story, we buy the story. And this is what we do. I want you to raise your hands again, or just say I, if you can relate to what I'm saying to you. Just say I to yourself. Say I. If you can relate to what I'm saying to you. Because this is what we do as humans. And then this is why depression sets in and it gets deeper and deeper and more stronger and stronger. And anxiety creeps in and it intensifies itself more and more. I'm from Oklahoma, just like I just said earlier. We have tornadoes. But it's the reason why the tornado continues to get stronger and stronger. Because it's fed, the air, the moisture, it gets fed and that tornado just gets stronger and stronger. It's the same thing with depression. It's the same thing with anxiety. It's the same thing with stress and overwhelmment. The more you feed that story, the more you feed that storm, it gets stronger and stronger and it intensifies itself. When you get to the point where you are not feeding it, the storm, and giving the storm more strength to overpower you, which is the creation, you can be like that you're this blue sky that never leaves. And I want you to understand this. I want you to believe that you are the blue sky in the sky that never leaves, that never goes anywhere. It's always blue. It's always amazing. It's always unique. It's always powerful. But it's always accepting without ignoring, without wanting the clouds to go away, without wanting the sun and the moon to shine, without the lightning and the thunder. It's there. Relaxed, chilled, calm, and peaceful, and just love. It allows the birds to soar and fly through, the ducks, the geese to fly and soar through it. It's just there, just being. It doesn't do anything. It just bees where it's at. And when you get to that point where you can realize that you are the blue sky that just bees, it doesn't do anything. Rain falls from it. Thunder comes through. Lightning lights up the sky, the world, the earth. And the clouds are there. And if you've ever driven in a plane or ever flown in a plane before, and it says, the pilot will say, put on your seatbelts because we're getting ready to go through turbulence. Please remain seated in your seat because we are about to experience some turbulence. We're going through this cloud of turbulence. And as we're going through this cloud of turbulence, it doesn't last too long. And it might shake the plane. It might drop it a little bit. And your heart or your stomach or your diaphragm would drop. And you feel a certain way. Like, oh, you think your life is over. This is the same thing that happens to the thoughts and the thinking that you have. Because thoughts they're coming. They come and they go. The reason why that thought becomes a thinking now is because we latch onto that thought and we start to think about it. I remember that, being shot with 2 bullets, not 1, but 2 bullets. And my anxiety crept in so bad, it was painful for me to drive because I would think that every car was going to shoot me. Because why? I had a thought, and that thought created thinking. And the anxiety intensified itself, and I created more power, more energy to the storm. I want you to understand this is what humans do. This is what we do. We tend to, when we get depressed, if I said right now, at wherever you are, and it's a black sheet back there, and it's a person that's depressed behind that sheet, and all you have to do is explain it, and I'm gonna donate $100,000 to your #1 charity. And all I want you to do right now is just answer these questions. What is that person's head at? Is it down or is it up? How are they breathing? Is it full breaths or shallow breaths? Were their shoulders rolled over or their back with great posture? Are they talking softly or are they talking loudly? You know that the answers to all those questions because you experienced it before. We've all been there. And this is what I'm saying to you. If you can identify that, you can identify what a depressed person is. Now it's time for you to throw your shoulders back. Raise your head up. Be powerful that you are and that you designed and created to be. Start to love yourself. Start to focus more on you and not worry about what other people think about you. Not worry about what you've done in your past. The past is behind you. It doesn't exist anymore. It's no longer there. But start to forgive yourself and let that go. And take your life back from the jaws of defeat and be proud of the man or the woman that you are. Because you're unique and you're here for a reason. I've been seeing a lot of people on my timeline saying they're depressed, they're stressed, they have anxiety. I don't know if a lot of people know that this is the work that I do, because I don't promote and I don't push it all the time. Because I got clients that flood me. But I wanted to give this message to you, or to your friend, or to your family, whoever it may be, that you matter. And you're here for a reason. And when you understand that reason, and you take massive action on being the powerful being that you were designed and created to be on this planet, then you'll start to have that joy that you want. You'll start to have that love that you want. You'll start attracting love from just random strangers. Like where I'm from, I haven't worked with anybody where I'm from. But I got strangers and clients from, not even from this country, that reach out and seek my help and my wisdom. And all I'm saying to you is that you matter. But it's time for you to believe that you matter. I can tell you all day, and I can believe in you, and I can love you to death. It doesn't matter until you believe in you, until you love you to death. And I want you to grasp that. I want you to get that. Because there's so many hurting people. There's so many people struggling in our world, in our society today. And it's my responsibility to be that bridge, to help you join forces with yourself and to become one with God, universe, source, whatever you may call it. But it's time for you to join forces with that and grab the hand. And all I am is the bridge. And I want to help you get to that point. Because I was at one point depressed, stressed, anxiety, not even caring about living. I cared more about death than I cared about living. I was that guy. Not a lot of people know that. And one day I'm going to really come and share that story one day. But not a lot of people know that because they looked at me on the outside, and on the outside I was, energetic Josh, or energetic Chachi, or energetic Ross, or full of juice, or full of energy Chachi. That's what people saw me as. It was a mask that I wore. But when I was alone, I was broken. I was hurt. I was in a lot of pain. I didn't know how to express it. I didn't know how to explain it. I didn't know how to even say the words. But when I got to that point, and I got to that place where I mattered, I took my life back from the jaws of defeat. And I knew my mission, and I knew my why I was waking up every day, why I survived death so many times. Why, when I was in the womb and I was born, I had seizures and I had asthma. Why? Being ran over by a car at 4 years old. Why am I still here? Almost drowned in the pool when I was 11. Why? Almost burned my mama's house down. Trying to put water on a grease fire. Me and my sister were the only ones there. I was like 12. Burned the house, come almost down. But we lost everything. Why am I here? Why did I survive the 2 bullets that hit me? Why am I here? Because it's bigger than me. It ain't even about me. It's about the people that I get to impact. That's what it's about. And once I realized that and I recognized that, then life started to change for me every day. And I feel it in my heart and in my diaphragm and my gut when I see people so depressed and broken. And I'm like, I wish that you would just take just initiative, just a little bit, and just reach out for that help. Because that's what I had to do. It was painful. walking through that and doing that alone. And I did it for a while, but it was painful. I don't want you to have to go through those years and decades like I've done. That's why I do this work. Because I want to see all people have inner peace through any storm that they go through. To have unwavering inner peace despite the storms that come. Despite the situations that you go through. Despite the circumstances or the cards you've been dealt. Despite all of that, you can be resilient. You can be like the bison and walk through the storm. Because the bison understands that the more it walks through it, the sooner the storm will eventually go away. And as the bison the storm is hitting it, you can see the snow and all the flakes and all the pain on the bison's face. But he knows if he quits and he stops, he might die, he might not make it. But if he continues to take one step after another step, after another step, he knows that when he does this, that storm is eventually going to fade and go behind him. And he will see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I had to do. That's what my clients are doing. That's what you have the opportunity to do as well. But it's time for you to believe in yourself. I remember at one point I didn't believe in me. At one point I didn't even love me. At one point I didn't even like me. But now I love all of me. I like all of me. And I have so much confidence in my ability to help people. I have so much confidence in myself that I can spend quality time alone without reaching out to a girl to come assist me with some company. I have enough in me that I can be by myself because I know who I am and I know my why. Why am I here on this planet? It's to encourage and influence and impact people. That don't matter what storm you go through, don't matter what your past looks like, that you can have unwavering peace and you can love yourself and like yourself and be that powerful being that you were created and you were born to be. That's why I'm here, is to bring that. And I challenge the status quo every single day because I believe my mission and my why is very important. I don't care what industry you're in. I don't care if you're in the business world. I don't care if you're relationships. I don't care if you're wherever you are. What I want and what I teach matters. I know that for certain. Mental health is very important. Your mental health is very, very important. And when you believe it and when you buy into it, your life will change. I guarantee you. I'm just a walking testimony. I'm just a walking proof. That's it, proof. I'm a walking proof of this. What I teach works. Forget all the clients. Me, I can show you where I used to be. And if you know me, you know I was struggling. You know where I come from if you know me, especially if you're from my city. You know exactly how I grew up. But the ones that don't know, the ones that are not from my city or from my state, that don't know me, just here following me. You might think it's some kind of whatever, but I'm here to tell you it's all real. I'm not like those guys that be rapping and singing and fabricating. No, I lived it. It ain't a book that I read. It was my life. I lived it. I experienced it. I went through it. And all I want to do is help. That's all I want to do. And so right now I'm inviting you to send me a message, get on a free call with me, a free 30-minute call to see if we'll be a good fit to work with each other. That's it. That's all. I'm just going to invite you to do that. Send me a message and let's get something scheduled so we can get you to where you want to get to. Bob Proctor used to say, his mentor told him, tell me what you want, Bob, and I'll help you get it. I adopted that because I believe in what I can do. If I don't believe I can help you, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to waste your time or my time, your money or my time. I'm just not going to do that. You tell me what you want and I can help you get it. You want unwavering peace? You want to be able to build a relationship with anxiety and depression where it's no longer taking over your life? Because suffering is a choice. Pain is inevitable. Let me reverse that for you so you can understand where I'm at. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. One more time for you. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. When I was suffering, it was a choice because pain was inevitable. Pain was going to be there. Pain is always going to be there. Pain is always going to come. But suffering is a choice. I suffered by choice. My suffering was by choice because I didn't understand what counselors were. I didn't understand what therapists were. And I definitely didn't understand what coaching was. My suffering was a choice. That's why I'm out on this quest, is to help people to get through suffering. You don't have to suffer alone. But what you do have to have is support. And somebody that's had the experience, that's gone through it to help you and guide you through it. That's what you need. I didn't understand that. I thought I could do it by myself. And I did a lot of it by myself, but it was so painful. Again, suffering was my choice. The pain is inevitable. When I realized it, I was ready to change. My mentor, rest in peace to her soul, says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Wayne Dyer. That's what I had to do. I had to change the way I looked at getting help. And once I changed the way I looked at getting helped, the things that I looked at started to change for me. And I started to be more free. Because I knew how to forgive, because I've been living like that my whole life. So forgiveness was great. And if you know Nelson Mandela, he led the biggest forgiveness movement of all time. And when I read his quote, he says, having resentment in your heart is like drinking poison and hoping your enemy dies. I'm going to read it one more time to you so you can understand what I'm talking about. Nelson Mandela has a quote that's so profound to me. He says, having resentment in your heart is like drinking poison and hoping your enemy dies. Nelson Mandela led the strongest and the most forgiveness movement of all time history. I've always lived my life by forgiveness, but he put the icing on the cake when I heard of his quote. It made sense to me. So that's what I teach in my practice, in my program, is forgiveness. That's the number one thing that I teach and I express because I know what it's done for me. And I know what it's done to countless of other humans. And that's where I want you to be at, because it's always something that we can forgive. And the most important thing, or the most important person to forgive, is you. That's it, is you. And when you realize that it's you that you had to forgive for decades, then you're free like that eagle. Because the eagle, when a storm comes, the eagle just bees. Remember I said earlier, we don't have to do anything. We just be. The eagle just bees. And the storm will take the eagle above it. And that's all you have to be, is that eagle. She soars through the storm, well above it. And when you operate from that state, that's when your life starts to happen for you. And you will stop saying life is happening to you. You will start using the statement, life is happening for me, baby. I'm good. Life, what is seeking to emerge inside of me? Like, who do I have to become? Because that's what it's all about. It's not about what you've experienced materialistic wise. It's about who you become. It's not about that I've gotten through my depression and my anxiety and my stress and my wanting to die, rather die than live. It's not about any of that. It's about who I became. I want somebody to understand what I'm saying. It's not about me getting through all of that. That's okay, that's cool. It's about who I become as this powerful being that gets to live his life daily and love it. That's what it's about, and that's what I want for you. But you gotta want it for you. I can believe in you. I can love you all day and just express and influence and impact and encourage you all day until you believe that you have the power, until you believe that you are loved, until you believed that you can accomplish your goals and dreams or aspirations. Until you believe it, it'd be a challenge for you to achieve it. Man, I wasn't even supposed to be here this long. I was just coming to drop something quick and be out of here. But when I get going, it's like a challenge for me to stop because I like to give. And I haven't been here in a while. I feel like I owe you. That's why I'm here. But it's up to you. And I've been seeing so many broken people. Even people I know, people from my city. They post and it's like, man, depression is coming in today. Man, look, seek that help. Reach out. If it's not even to me, reach out to somebody. But reach out and get that help, because I'm telling you, with guidance, second to none. And it's a quote out there that says, that I want you to understand, it's so profound to me. Not everything faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. Whatever it is that you want to change, remember, not everything faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. And that goes for depression, that goes for suicidal thoughts, that goes for negative self-talk, that goes for anxiety, that goes for stress, whatever it may be. Until you face it, it'd be a challenge for you to change it. Hey, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for showing here and being here with me on this. Hey, if this moved you, if you felt something with this, hey, I'm just asking you kindly, share it on your page so your friends and family can benefit from it. If you want to go deeper with me, send me a message. Let's get on the call. Let's see if we